Alright, welcome back. It is time to get into some Sunday levels. Take a look, see what we're going to get into for ES and NQ, and get the week started. If you are watching this, thank you so much. I hope it helps you out, and if you need help with anything, please reach out. NQ is still crawling. We have been 4 weeks of kind of sideways action. I guess we had a strong week on that 5th week before it, but 4 weeks of just not great, like really not great. We had so many strong weeks before. We had a great push-ups trying to get into new highs. Bunch of very, very strong weeks, and then just a very dead period here. The same thing I've been saying for 4 weeks. The further we dig into this and the further we go sideways in this range, the worse it's going to be. We are actually kind of getting a little bit weak up near new highs, which is strange because ES is just flying, right? 5 weeks of pushing. NQ is, I don't want to say struggling, but we're really not really cracking up there. So it'd be nice to see if we can either get up and start actually moving through highs, or lose it and come back down and test structure and see if we can get lower. But this 5 weeks of dead period is kind of, it's not really great. It's not really anything that I'm interested in. If you go down a little bit, like 4 hours still looks like we're trending up, which we are, but at the same time, we need to be out of that weekly range. The further we push sideways in this range, the shittier price action is going to be. It is just that simple. There cannot be infinite amount of orders. The high ticket orders will not be there forever, and as they get rinsed out, we kind of get weaker and weaker. We're going to need to move down. We have crazy weekly structure here. Not really much for highs because it was obviously highs, hit them and came back down. We had a nice push up and then a weak, and then a move down. So I want to be out of this range. I'm still going to trade normally. There's not really anything that I'm going to be doing differently, but I'm just going to be a lot more cautious. Because as we're under this, and we're like over down here, while we're in this range, it's not going to be a good time. It's going to be way shittier price action. We're going to feel like there's confirmation, and there won't really be confirmation there. So be very careful. Don't get crazy in your size, and don't try to hero trade and get pissed off when you're wrong. Take into account our weekly. If we have another week where we're like a little bit down, a little bit up, a little bit down, it's not going to be great price action. We do have the election in 3 weeks. Being that we have that election in 3 weeks, it's going to be a little bit wild and a little bit wacky. I don't really remember what it was like trading 4 years ago. I don't know how solid my trading was 4 years ago. I don't think, I have no real recollection of how crazy it was for like the 2 to 3 weeks before. So I'm interested to see. I think the markets are kind of factoring in that Trump is going to win just based on the Republican pump that is usually happening. So it'll be very interesting. 4 levels, we're kind of digging into the same range that we've been digging in for a couple weeks now. So you're going to see a couple of the same numbers, I'm assuming. Like I can already see my upper level here just off the 4 hour. What I would look for, I guarantee if we mark out these highs, these candle highs, we zoom out, move back. Beautiful respect previously. Don't even have to adjust the level. 655 is going to be my upper level. Beautiful hold on the 4 hour here. Rejection, got through it, break and retest here. Very strong level. We have to keep in mind the higher time frames when we're trading intraday, even if we're on the 2 minute to 5 minute. So I see this as a very strong level. 26.55. I do like this. We have previous respect on the 4 hour. Very clean respect too. Like rejection, push through, break and retest, disgusting move down, and then a bunch of rejections. We did move up to test this, but quickly failed it, and then just held that level super strong. 26.55 will be my upper level. So normally what I would do is I would wait for this. We're going to push up. I want to hold it on the 2 minute or a 5 minute and then wait for a rejection. So move up, 2 minute, 5 minute hold. If we wick through, awesome, whatever, hold it, and then I want to end up moving down. I'm going to be a little bit more cautious and keep in mind this actual weekly. We are moving up towards highs. We are technically using somewhat of the highs as a rejection level, which kind of brings on extra risk. If we start to pump and get a just disgustingly green period or week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever, I will not try to reject this. If we start pumping and we get like a 60 or 100 point move up on a 2-minute candle, I will not reject this. I'll just wait for a move up and I'll use it as a retest level. But if we have kind of normal price action for this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm just going to trade normally. I'm going to use it as a rejection level. It'll be super interesting. We're getting near highs. The world's on fire. There's hurricanes. There's floods. The election's in 3 years. Or 3 weeks. 3 years. Fuck. I think it's going to be a little bit hectic. It'll be very interesting to see. But if price action looks normal in the morning, our volume and volatility is normal, it'll be a rejection zone at that 655. We'd have to really start doing some damage near the highs for me to get scared of taking the rejection. Otherwise, I'm just going to trade normal. But if we start getting bursts of like 20, 50, 100 point 2-minute candles, I will be a little bit more cautious. I'm just going to keep that weekly in the back of my mind the whole week. It is looking weaker. It's not very strong, but at the same time, when we're coming up to highs like this, we have a straight 6 green weeks. We could just pop and just rocket straight. ES is pumping over highs. There's no reason why NQ can't, especially with all the election and all the world chaos happening. There is a chance we get over that, but otherwise 2655 rejection. It's going to be my upper level. The real strong levels to the downside are visible on the weekly. I will pick something closer, but this 19, 917, 809, these are our real strong underneath levels. This is what I would put full size bounces on and not really worry about it. Any of these zones, 917, 809, whatever seems to hold on a 2 or a 5 minute. Obviously, we're not going to wait 5, 6, 700 points for a move down for bounce levels, but on the weekly and especially on the daily as well, those are where we are really strong. Bounces will be a little bit sketchier down until that area. If we do get down to that area, great. I'm sure the world will be panicking like usual, but that's where we're like, that's where I'm not going to be as cautious to take a bounce, especially with how the weeklies are looking. The upside and the downside, I'm going to be extra cautious. You'll see me waiting for more candle closes, at least on the 2 minute. If we're slow, it'll be on like the 5 minute. I will have a closer bounce spot, but until we're like really down there, there's nothing, nothing too strong. Like nothing that I would just full size right away, no confirmation. But it's not terribly far away as well. Like that 20K, the 19.8, it's all just down here. We're really not far. It would take one angry red day to get down there. So I think real strong levels are kind of a little bit further away underneath us. If I had to pick something closer, 314, probably down to that 300 psychological level. 4 hour respect. Here. Rejection before we got the break and retest. Head and shoulders on top of it with the rejection, another rejection. It just has really nice strength. And just keeps going. 2314. Oh, I gotta blow my nose. One sec. Oh. Oh, you guys saw my mustache pants. Did you see them? I am PJ'd out today. 2314, which I wouldn't be surprised if we kind of saw down to that 2300 just on the psychological level. Both of these zones, I'm going to be heavily cautious on the weekly. We are at the upper range and the lower range of this candle. If we start to test either of them, they're both heavily respected and they both look like great spots. But being that it's at the upper or lower end of the range, we are a couple weeks out from an election and we're kind of had a 4-week dead period. I feel like whichever way we go, there's a good chance that we just explode. If not, I would love to see like a retest down, a hold, and then an explosion up, or a retest up to that level and then an explosion down. That would be kind of my preferred way. It would give us 2 trades on each side. We'd be able to get a bounce off here, get a decent area for a trade, trim, close, and then wait for that upper level as well. And then we'll either reject the upper level or keep going through it to the upside. But upper and lower range of a 4-week dead spot on the weeklies. So it's going to be very cautious for me. $26.55 to the upside for rejection. $23.14 for a bounce to the downside. It's really just that weekly. It's probably been, I don't want to say quite a while, because we've had slow periods here. So I guess it's just us getting used to this massive push that happened in like June, July, August, where we were getting like 100.2 minute candles, and now we're kind of dying out again. But it's not like normal volume, like it's not just kind of trending volume, like it's really just kind of wacky. We'll see how the rest of the year looks. I'm interested to see how the election is in the 2 to 3 weeks to the election. But after that, we have our normal Christmas kind of slower period, so hopefully we can get back to normal. Even if it's a bit slower, just kind of trending in a little bit more sense of this price action. Less closes and confirmation with the wackiness. But currently we are trying to push. ES is pumping, NQ is a little bit lacking. $26.55 to the upside. $23.14 to the downside. Bounce the lower level, reject the upper level. Like so. That should be nice. Should be very good. It'll be very interesting to see. ES is slamming highs over and over and over and over and over. Week after week we are pushing. I don't know if I'd even really trade ES. The only thing I'd really put on it is a retest of these highs to the upside. 59.16. Just the highs to the upside. Building some sort of little top there, but I don't think I would trade ES. I hate trading new highs unless it's super strong tops and then retests, which this could turn out to be, but I don't think I'll really pay attention to it with NQ there. Damn, dude, we are flying. ES is going to be a negative from me. 59.16. The only way I would touch this is a strong move up into highs, a move back down, and a strong close here. Strong hold. It's really the only way I would trade ES. Knowing how our market's been as well, it would probably do this. So I'd be very careful. $26.55, $23.14. Simple as that. I'm going to wait for one of these levels and put a trade on. Needs to go. Can't do this forever. 4 weeks sideways after a massive push. We are either going to continue being weak and just get destroyed, or this is just holding itself up and we actually have immense strength and we should be down here, but we're holding up, which means once that sell pressure leaves, we will be up here. Nobody knows. I promise you nobody knows. So we will figure it out. I'm going to wait for one of these levels and slam a long, slam a rejection. That'll be it. 655, 314. That's all I got. If you have any questions, let me know. Put them in the chat. I'm surprised she's still sleeping. Okay, that's it then. Quick 20-minute levels. Hopefully we are flat on this Sunday open. We open at 3 o'clock. We could be up here, down here, up here. Nobody knows. I hope we are flat so we can wake up and make a trend and then hit some fucking bangers. Thank you guys so much for your time. I will record this and post it if you need it. Otherwise, I will see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.